Today is March 21st, and as usual, I'll take a look at the newest items in Halo Infinite store and determining whether or not they're worth your money. So, going Magpies, I'm Magpie Leon, and let's jump straight in. First of all, as usual, we do need to cover this week's ultimate reward. Players can earn themselves the Facing Firewall armor coating for the Chimera core. Unfortunately, as the challenges don't reset for another hour yet, and the item isn't visible in-game yet, I can't actually show what it'll look like. I only have the actual icon image, which you can see on your screen now. Regardless though, the Fracture event does also start when the challenges reset, so it'll be cool to have an extra coating for that core. And since I'll be doing all my challenges anyway, I'll probably end up going for this one. Now, moving over to the store, we have some really cool things to talk about. There is one thing that isn't new, and that's the benthic scramble coating for the Mark 7. We saw this as a daily a couple days ago. It's that one that's kind of like off-brand estate gold. It is a nice coating, being like a shiny blue with this digital camo on its arms and a bit of the helmet and the shoulders. However, 300 credits and you only get it for one core. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I do think it's a nice coating, don't get me wrong, but I think 300 for one coating that you only get on one core is pretty unfairly priced. Anyway, next up we have the Coastal Coordinator coating for the Hydra launcher. This is a nice purple camouflage one. It's like Epsilon Spring, but in purple. You get it for the Hydra launcher, but again, 300 credits for one weapon coating. Not really a fan of that. If it did come for more than one weapon, then I'd be all for it, but it does only release for the Hydra launcher. We're only getting this coating for the Hydra, and it costs 300 credits for one. The next thing is the Scrum Lizard bundle. This is that brand new vehicle coating that we saw in the trailer that's like this purple tiger camo with a little bit of red on there, and you get this for 7 items. You get it for the Mongoose, the Razorback, the Wasp, the Scorpion, the Gungoose, the Rocket Hog, and the Warthog. So you pretty much get this coating for every single vehicle. And it's a decent coating. It's definitely a bit more of a brighter, flashier one, which I do think fits the theme of the event quite well. Overall, it's a decent coating. The bundle does cost 800 credits, which I think's pretty overpriced for a vehicle bundle. And I feel like you're going to hear me say this a lot, but at the minute, the Season 3 pricing has been pretty appalling. Over the Winter Update, prices had gotten a lot better. In fact, over Season 2, prices seem to improve a ton, but it seems like the prices have just gone really bizarre over the past few weeks. And although I do think this is one of the better, much more unique vehicle coatings, I still think 800 for a vehicle coating bundle is kind of pushing the line a bit. It isn't the worst bundle, and I don't think it's technically as unfairly priced as like 300 credits for one armor or weapon coating. At the end of the day, this is technically just over 100 credits per vehicle. Regardless, moving on to the next bundle, we have Synthetic Dawn. This is our first one that contains actual armor. It costs 1,200 credits, gives you the Noob Cube stance, which is the one where you stand there with the Noob Cube, the fusion coil. You also get the Flare Christ Knife shoulder pads for Chimera. One of these has a knife on it and the other doesn't, the decent shoulder pads. You also get the Flayed Nerve armor coating and the Synthetic Dawn armor effect. Overall, 5 items for 1.2k is extremely overpriced. Most of the armor sets we've had released in this game have released for that exact same price point, and most of those came with a coating, a helmet, shoulder pads, a stance, and more. I know the value of armor effect is a little bit all over the place, most of the time being like 500 if not more, but 1.2k, which is the same price as actual armor sets, this is unbelievably unfair and really goes to show how inconsistent the pricing's been this season. The prices of armor specifically seems to have skyrocketed. How is Halo Infinite being affected by inflation? It makes no sense. I like the stance and I like the armor effect, but this is another one I'll be skipping out on because that is absurd. At most, I think this should be 600. It's not giving you the same amount of things. It's very similar to armor sets, but it doesn't give you anywhere near as much content. It's really not worth that much. The final bundle, the super bundle this week, is the Groovy Grendel bundle, and this gives you 22 items. You get the Groovy Pink weapon coating for the Hydra, the Sniper, the Battle Rifle, the Sidekick, the Spanker, the Assault Rifle, the Commando, and the Bulldog. So you get it for every weapon except the Bandit, which is a little bit bizarre. You also get the Inhuman Blood coating for Chimera, and this is another bright, colourful one, definitely fits the theme. It's a very flashy one, decent coating overall. You also get the Grendel helmet, which is being dubbed as the new version of Seeker, but honestly, seeing this in game, especially with my coating applied, and it really doesn't look that bad. It also gets the Stardust adaptation attachment, which definitely adds to it a little bit. It's a decent attachment overall. You get the Icebreaker visor, which is one of the most unique ones we've had. You get the Epsilon Series Augmenter shoulder pads, the Series 99.4 knee pads, and the Revelation Protocol chest piece. All of this is for Chimera, but we're not done yet, as you also get the menachite helmet for the Mark 7 core. This is the one that's based off Orion and shares a lot of similarities with the Mark 5. You also get the Tiger Plate chest piece, the Light Link helmet attachment, the Socius shoulder pads, and the Test Pattern armor coating. And you can get this bundle for 2,200 credits, which I don't think is terrible pricing. I think as a whole, for the amount of content you get, 2.2k isn't really that bad. Yes, I know most people would just wish that it would be 2,000, and I definitely feel the same way, but 2.2k for the amount of things you get here. You get a decent weapon coating for almost every weapon, a pretty nice set for Chimera, and a pretty solid set for the Mark 7. I will probably pick this one up. I don't really care for the Chimera core, and I wasn't going to buy any bundles for it, but I might get this one mostly for the menachite helmet. This does mean I'd originally read the thing about super bundles wrong, but I do know at some point in the future, these super bundles will be broken up into individual bundles. So if you only want the weapon set, or the Chimera set, or the menachite helmet with its Mark 7 cosmetics, then if you wait a bit longer, they should come to this store on their own without the rest of the super bundle. But before we wrap things up, I do need to cover this week's Spartan of the week. This one comes from Delusive Man, and it's a pretty solid Mirage build. He's using the coating that came in the Aqua Hex super bundle with that lovely purple visor, and the usage of the chest piece too is also a nice fit. The shoulder pads from the event, overall there's some solid pieces here. If you'd like to be the featured Spartan of the week in an upcoming shop video, make sure to join the Discord. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment, and in order to submit your Spartan, all you have to do is send a photo to the Share Your Spartan channel for the chance to be featured. Anyway folks, sorry I've dragged this shop video on a little bit longer than usual. I felt like I had a bit more to say about some of these new items. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.